The day's finally come! We're off to meet the Tsaritsa of Snezhnaya! What is she planning? And why does she need the gnosies? Soon, we'll have our answers! Guess this'll be the end of your journey that your sister mentioned. What is she expecting you to find there? Snezhnaya still feels like a long way away. Hopefully, there'll be plenty of time to relax, eat some good food, and have fun before we arrive. But whenever Paimon gets thinking about how our destination is right around the corner, Anyway, enough about all that. We can't start the final leg of our journey with that kind of mindset. Just think, we've fought dragons and sea monsters, defeated creations of the gods, faced prophecies of doom and the threat of the abyss. Heck, we've even been to the moon! With all that experience under our belts, how can we be any more prepared? Sure thing! Now, stick close to Paimon, the best guide you could ever ask for, and let's charge straight for the finish line! Off!
What about me? Do I get a call out?
Whoa! Columbina? You kinda snuck up on us there. Don't look at Paimon! Paimon didn't sell you out this time! Oh, so it was you! Alright, guess there's no hiding it now.
All your friends have gathered at the flagship to see you off. I invited Sandrone too, but she said she had to go back to Snezhnaya. She must be busy. She had some nasty things to say about you before leaving. Would you like to hear them?
She hasn't changed a bit. Alright, let's hear it.
If they're heading to Snezhnaya, I'll bet it's to cause trouble for Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Attending a farewell party for people like that would not be a good look for me right now. Also, please tell them not to count on getting help from a Fatui Harbinger in Snezhnaya. Our time working together was not terrible, precisely, but we're on different sides. So when you get there, don't do anything to make life difficult for both of us.
Well,
Vacation.
Now, dear.
It
This is just a
goes
temporary
clearly
stop
some
along
sort
the
of
way.
exile.
The actual vacation comes right after this. I promise.
No, you've misunderstood. I think she means that she'd like you to go see her. As long as you don't make things difficult for both of you, you'll be fine.
you really have to read between the lines with Sandrone.
Go on, get to the flagship. Everyone should be there by now. I told Lama that you once treated me to a truly unforgettable meal. Today, I want to return the favor. It's my gift to you.
It's definitely nice to be treated.
The moon of Nodcry will always give you a warm welcome.
Wow! Pure white as far as the eye can see! It's so pretty! Come on, give up! What's wrong? Come on! Look! They look similar to the ones in Nodcry. You know, just minus the effects of Kawaki. That's a sure sign that we're officially in Snezhnaya now. What's wrong? Come on, let's go! There's gotta be a treasure chest around here somewhere. No adventure is complete without a chest or two. Paimon got a mouthful of snow. Ooh, it's so cold. Paimon's gonna snuggle up to you for a bit to get warm. Hey, check it out! Those are bears, right? Oh, look how big and fluffy they are! So cute! Quick, take a picture before the moment passes. Right here. If we get any closer, we might scare them away. Let's see how your camera skills are these days. Whoa, wait a sec. Paimon sees something. Come on, quick! It looks like a train carriage. Paimon's heard that Snezhnaya has loads of railways and trains. This must be one of them. But why is it abandoned? Ooh, it's still so cold. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe. Also, is it just Paimon or is the snow getting heavier? Yeah, feeling a little low on energy. That's all. It's nothing serious. Not worth ruining our travel plans over. Yep, sure thing. Snezhnaya, here we come! Seems like the snowstorm is getting worse by the minute. Paimon can barely fly. Oh, look! There's a cabin over there! Phew! Let's get out of this storm!
What is this place? Where's Paimon? I need to find her fast. Paimon! Paimon! That's strange. Where could she be? I guess I'll try further ahead. Hang in there, Paimon. Is that a train carriage? Maybe I can get up from the inside. It says here, Kresnik's torch, civilian model. It's definitely getting a little warmer now it's turned on. I really hope Paimon's okay. What was that strange sound? I can't tell if... Paimon? Paimon, is that you?
Incoming entity detected. Authorization granted. Initiating original. Hello, Descender, who's reached the eve of tomorrow. Eye of Grey at your service. Time since last activation. Time measurement unavailable. I was born to fulfill a mission. To reach tomorrow. To this end, I must... Strange. Huh? Why is my body like this? I have been like this since I was created. And yet, I also have memories and an awareness of a physical form that I once had. But this contradicts my current status. Anyway, I was created so that humanity could reach tomorrow. But I am unable to load further details at this moment. Nevertheless, serving humanity remains my primary objective. I have detected a drop in your surface body temperature. You cannot remain active in this state for much longer. In accordance with my preset programming, upon reactivation, I must ask the one who awakened me the following question. Will you accept me, Transcender? I will assist you, protect you. You have made a very wise decision. Now, I detected that you called out a name earlier. Presumably that of your missing companion? The name was Paimon. After helping you get out of here, I will search for a match in the nearby area and pinpoint their location. Merely the tip of the iceberg. Now that we have reached an accord, you will be my new user. May I ask your name? Very well. I will remember this name until the mission is complete. I need to recover my body, retrieve the power to unlock tomorrow, and help the suffering masses to reach the far shores where the empty Ark floats. I can sense my power scattered across this ice-covered land. I even have the key right now is you. You may now execute the command, Demolish. Use it to remove the Prime Ice blocking the path and obtain Prime Ice units. Prime Ice unit count has been updated. You may now execute the command, Build. Use it to create a Prime Ice construct to prop up the door. Scanning local environment. Exit. That would not be an efficient approach. One moment. Usable construct blueprint. You can use this to clear the solid ice ahead of you more quickly. Construct blueprint added to records. You may now execute the command, Build Heat Source. Generate a temporary heat source to rapidly melt the solid ice. My scan indicates the path is straight ahead. I recommend we proceed. Kresnik Crystal located. Please the recent construct, unfortunately. Prime Ice... That said, I have already forgot... Yes. But for now... Low power. Please use Kresnik Crystal to replenish energy reserves. Signs of physiological activity detected in the distance. It is highly likely to be your travel companion, Paimon. Go. Go now. Be reunited and sail together. May all the people be united as one. May all of life rejoice in unison. Approaching the target location. Scanning for signs of life. Life forms detected. 2? Affirmative. However, that is not the reason for my confusion. According to my database, this location is a train station, meaning the number of life forms is unusually low. Real-time environmental data suggests that the train station may no longer be in use. But whatever the situation, please exercise caution.
Paimon! Who are you?
Don't worry. She's only sleeping. You must be the Traveler. She called your name repeatedly while attempting to battle her way through the blizzard. Newcomers to Snezhnaya struggle to adapt to the sheer cold at the best of times. Lately, even the locals are suffering, with a powerful monster having summoned a bitter snowstorm. You two must be very important to one another. You should take more care not to get separated.
Your eyes. Are you... Conrian?
There are indeed some Conrians left in this world who survived the cataclysm. But I doubt that is news to you. It would be unwise to interrogate my identity here. Focus your attention on your travel companion instead. We will meet again very soon.
The unidentified subject has now left the area. He appears to be an individual of great significance, but my search has yielded no relevant data. I will try searching the database again. Against the odds, your companion is safe and sound. The other person even left a blanket for her.
Traveler! Oh, thank goodness you're okay. Paimon was so worried. She looked everywhere for you.
It's okay. Take it easy. Are you feeling alright?
Pretty much the same as when we first got to Snezhnaya. Wait, where did the jester go? Yep, the director of the Fatui. The Jester Piero. So, you met him?
The Jester must know everything about the Tsaritsa's plans. But there's no way he'd tell me just like that. We might well have ended up clashing. Well, he was right about one thing. Right now, the most important thing for me is to take care of Paimon while she's unwell.
He had no intention of explaining his motives, and he left in something of a hurry.
Hey! What the... Who is that? It looks like... half a pair of goggles. How amazing! A self-aware, talking pair of goggles!
Snezhnaya was once the land of the Fae. There are many ancient creations here that I'm sure would broaden your mind further still. Mind you, my database is also expanding as we speak.
Oh, wow! Well, thank you so much. You've earned yourself some of Paimon's favorite candy. Oh, but by the looks of it, you...
Goodwill detected. Instead of candy, perhaps I can suggest my preferred strategy. Please clean me regularly to keep me operating at peak efficiency.
Oh, that makes sense. Every pair of goggles needs wiping clean once in a while. Anyway, back to the Jester for a second. Paimon's still confused about something. When he first showed up, he already knew Paimon's name. And he acted like he expected Paimon to know who he was, too. Paimon could tell that he was Conrian from his eyes. And he definitely seemed like someone pretty important. But beyond that, Paimon didn't know anything about him. It was only later, after he rescued Paimon from the snow, that he properly introduced himself. That's the only reason Paimon knows he was the Jester. Oh, seems unlikely. He ran into the snow following the sound of Paimon's voice, with a really anxious expression on his face. He didn't act like someone who knew she would be here in advance, and after bringing Paimon here, he just stared out at the snow. He didn't do anything to Paimon at all. In fact, he barely said anything. Wouldn't even answer any of Paimon's questions either. Paimon didn't feel unsafe around him, and he didn't seem to have any ulterior motives. For all we know, he might have just ignored Paimon's questions so she'd give up and go to sleep.
Please allow me to interrupt. Fatui and director are unfamiliar terms. May I ask for clarification?
Wait, you've seriously never heard of the Fatui? Oh, they're like the Tsaritsa's inner circle. Really powerful people. And the director is their boss.
Understood. Since they hold elite positions and serve their god directly, it stands to reason that they would conduct themselves with due decorum. I am inclined to agree with your assessment, Miss Paimon. I did not detect any ill will from the gentleman in question.
Sorry, I shouldn't have encouraged you to talk so much. Paimon, new plan. Let's get out of Snezhnaya for now. We can come back after the weather clears up and you're all better. The jester mentioned that the snowstorm, being the work of a monster, is worse than most. Even if we made it to Snezhnagrad, we'd still have to wait out the storm before we could do any exploring.
Oh, well, it's really nice of you to look out for Paimon, but she doesn't want to hold you back. We were really psyched up for this journey when we first set off. Just think of all the burning questions we have. If we turn back now, who knows how long it'll take before we finally get answers.
Further information is required regarding the monster situation. But objectively speaking, there is another, more pressing issue at hand. At this point, we have traveled a significant distance into the blizzard. Were we to turn back now, the road would be extremely treacherous, especially since we would need to travel on foot. If, however, we continue onward, there may be a better solution. Do you remember what I said as we neared this location? I told you that this is a train station. While it has evidently fallen into disuse for unknown reasons, the tracks remain intact. We can break through the blizzard and forge ahead by driving a train. That is the Snezhnayan way. There is a small town up ahead, which would be the perfect place.
Paimon thinks Goggles here makes a great... Oh, come on. Don't worry. Think of...
Affirmative. Should you ever need my assistance, otherwise, I will remain... Please confirm when you are ready to depart.
Scatter! Propagate!
Heading north from here, we will soon arrive at... Wait, there's an error message.
What exactly does clear mean?
Brace for impact, friends! Preparing to enter impromptu flight mode. How strange. Not only was the station's status different from my records, but even the railroads and the terrain itself have changed substantially.
Yeah. Thanks to your quick reflexes.
My sincere apologies for putting you in danger. I'm afraid I'm as confused by... Agreed. This is likely a consequence of outdated railroad data. Fortunately, our crash landing has at least brought us much closer to the town.
Your data had better be...
I can assure you, it certainly is. It seems our ill-fated train ride was a... Rest assured that I will take user preferences...
Excuse me, is there an inn nearby?
I'm sorry, but they've all closed.
Sorry to interrupt. We're looking for a place to stay.
I can't even afford to warm my own house, let alone run a business.
Excuse us. Is there anywhere we can stay around these parts?
I'm afraid not. You'll have to try your luck somewhere else.
All we can do is wait for the next shipment of Kresnik Crystal to get...
Hi there. Do you know if there are any inns still taking guests in this town?
Doubt it. They're probably all closed. No one has enough Kresnik Crystal to heat their own homes, let alone a business.
Oh, what a bummer.
I clocked you a while back. You adventurers or something? We don't get many tourists in inland Snezhnaya these days.
Why is that? Because of the snowstorm?
In part. But the bigger reason's Project Stuzha. Since it's Her Majesty's will, we have to put up with it whether we like it or not. Oh, sorry. I assumed it was common knowledge by now. Basically, the Tsaritsa is planning something big. Something that requires an enormous amount of energy. Even if they used all the surplus Kresnik Crystal in Snezhnaya, it still wouldn't be enough to meet demand. So, the Vetja passed a resolution requiring all factories and households to reduce their energy consumption. The policy has thus been charmingly named Project Stuzha, meaning bitter cold.
Bitter cold? So, like, it's gonna be a cold...
Pretty much. When your trouble is, if you stretch someone out like an elastic band for too long, who knows if they can ever bounce back. You know what? Come with me and see for yourself.
Can you please explain to me why the price of Kresnik Crystal has gone up by 1/3 again? Even as our purchase quota has gone down. You only come here twice a month. This won't even last us a week.
The supply and pricing of Kresnik Crystal are based on current production volumes and price data. We Fatui are only responsible for delivery and security. I'm not in a position to explain to you how the figures are calculated, but I assure you, they are as fair and reasonable as possible.
Oh, so our lives mean nothing to you? How can you expect anyone to survive a single night in this weather without heating?
Since you insist on making me repeat myself every single visit, I will remind you again. There is no monopoly on the trade of Kresnik Crystal. You are free to purchase the shortfall from elsewhere on the market.
What market? Nobody else is selling! And when they do, they charge 8 times the normal rate! It's robbery is what it is!
Which is why the Snezhnagrad Veche passed a resolution to support border communities, without which you wouldn't even be able to buy Crystal from us to begin with. So if you're here just to argue, move aside and let the next person in line come forward. Everyone's feeling the cold here.
You...
All right, everyone, let's calm down for a second. A few words, if I may. We're all subjects of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa, and I'm sure every one of us is dedicated to her great cause. We all know how cold it is, and the more it snows, the harder life gets. Everyone's struggling already. Let's not make things even more difficult for each other.
But Liaison Shishkin, there's clearly something wrong with this quota. I have a family in Marepasak who tell me they can buy at least double our Crystal allotment.
Oh, believe you me, I had the same reaction when I first saw the numbers. Couldn't believe what I was reading. I even wrote a letter to confirm the true figures, but... I'm afraid the quota really is as low as you've been advised. Still, you must understand that calculating these energy quotas is a complicated balancing act. They have to factor in population, town size, industrial application. Our top priority must be to keep the largest Kresnik's torch burning continuously. Only then can we sell the remaining Crystal for household use, and in doing so, we must make sure that everyone is treated fairly. As our Fatui comrades said, they are only responsible for delivering the goods. They need to keep accurate records, and they do not have any authority to modify the rates or quotas.
That's right. Our duty is to do things by the book.
Tell you what, listen. I know how anxious and upset everyone is. As a matter of fact, I was just discussing it with the mayor. What we can do is open the lower combustion chamber of the Kresnik's torch to the public. You can come to me directly to register, and I will allocate time slots accordingly. I can't guarantee there'll be ample energy for household use. We can at least make sure you'll be able to boil water and cook food each day. Let's hang in there and make this work together. All right?
Fine. I don't see any alternative.
So, this is Project Stuzia in action, huh? Oh, no wonder nothing's open for business.
You were looking for an inn, right? For your, Fae friend?
Oh, Paimon's not a fae. Just Paimon. She must have caught a cold or...
I have a small place in Stratomaros. I don't stay there very often, though, so it's pretty basic. But if you're not picky, you're welcome to rest there for now. It's not much, but I've got blankets and a warm fire.
Are you sure? Oh, that's really kind of you.
All right, then. This way. Hello, I'm Alosha. I'm...
Oh, so cozy and warm. Oh, wait. Paimon only introduced herself so far, didn't she?
Good to meet you. I'm Alosha. Most travelers find the Snezhnayan climate to be a shock to the system at first. But as long as you keep yourself warm, you should be fine. Still, you should keep an eye on your condition. When people are too quick to dismiss a cold, it can easily end up turning into something more serious.
Don't say that! Paimon's too young for chronic health issues.
They aren't in town right now, and they won't be back anytime soon. The train station has been closed ever since these power shortages began. I do a lot of hunting, so I spend most of my time exposed to the elements. But even the animals wouldn't survive long in a storm like this, let alone a hunter. Nothing to do but sit tight in town and... I get that you're in a hurry, but even if the station were open, that... What? Your own train? Wait, hold on. That train? The one that suddenly fell out of the sky and crash-landed on the ice?
Oh, we got lucky and found it in a cave. Oh, then our luck ran out and...
Pretty crazy for a random find in the mountains. Well, as long as your train's good to roll, you might get to Snezhnagrad after all. I've been doing some digging recently. Turns out, the real reason for the current energy crisis in Stratomeros is that some of the supply is being seized for a private stockpile. But to expose what's going on, I need to catch them in the act. So, I'm heading off to catch a rabbit.
Huh? Wait, a rabbit stole the crystal?
It's a figure of speech. Real rabbits couldn't pull this off. They prefer carrots to Kresnik Crystal anyway. Shishkin. Mr. Positive Attitude, let's all get along now, shall we?
Him? Really? Paimon never would...
Huh? You're coming with?
Oh, alright.
Oh yeah, there's one more introduction to do. Tagarin, get in here.
Oh, a doggy. Angry?
He likes to think he's above that kind of thing. These carrots aside, we'll need to First, we need to find a way into the train station and see if we can find any real freight data. Then, we get Tagarin to catch a scent and find out which way the crystal went. What are you eating?
Oh, check it out. When you're all out of carrots, try jerky. Good doggy.
A fellow dog lover, huh?
Yep. And rabbit lover.
Good to know. Wait. Nice work, Tagarin. Come on, we'll go around. This way. We'll enter from the upper floor. There we go. A freight list. Straight from the Fatui. So Shishkin won't have had the chance to doctor the figures. Looks as new as the day it was printed. I guess no one bothers reading these unless they have ulterior motives. Yeah, this is all we need. Come on, let's get out of here. Tugarin's a keen hunter, and catching rabbits is his specialty. Anywhere there's a stove, there will be the scent of Crystal. That's normal. But if he picks up the scent of Crystal somewhere and there's no stove around, that's how we know something's up. This must be the rabbit's warren. Good job, boy. Sure enough, there's a tunnel. You stay...
Thanks for looking out for us.
No need to thank me. It's my pleasure. Sure as her let's grit our teeth until the blizzard passes.
Maybe for everyone else, Liaison Shishkin. But for you, the hard times have only just begun.
Huh? Who are you? What's the matter?
I just had a question for you. Why, when times are as tough as this, would someone hoard more Kresnik Crystal than they could ever use? All the crates here are from the most recent shipment, but they weren't brought here for sale. Instead, they were secretly stashed away. Would you be able to shed any light on the situation, Mr. Shishkin?
Me? Why, I have no idea. But look at how much there is. It's quite a godsend. Now there will be plenty to go around.
This godsend was found in a cellar adjacent to your residence following a tip from Mr. Alosha. And this is only a fraction of what we found down there. We're still taking a full inventory. The official figures will be finalized shortly. I've always been grateful for your efforts to mediate between us and the townspeople of Sret-Tomaros. But now, Mr. Shishkin, it appears you were the source of the conflict all along.
How could you do this to us?
We trusted you to have our backs. You've been lying to us this whole time?
Hey, I owe you all an apology. I'm sorry. I'm so very sorry. This isn't who I am. Please believe me, this was a one-time mistake that I will never repeat. We all know how difficult life has been since Project Stuzha came into force. Energy is an increasingly scarce resource. People everywhere are getting desperate, but some places have been hit harder than others. I grew up in Alatir, a small village with no train station. Deliveries of Kresnik Crystal have ceased there entirely. If nothing is done, they're all going to freeze to death. You know as well as I do how downright impossible it is to buy Crystal these days. The thought of my poor mother and father, with no one to help them, I felt so afraid. I watched as energy grew scarcer by the week, all the while knowing that their lives were at risk. Then one day, I looked at the Crystal shipment in front of me, and a terrible, selfish thought entered my mind. Looks like I'm just not cut out to be a criminal. I'm so sorry. Once the Fatui... I have the official Snezhnayan quotas here. Anyone who has already purchased energy, please make your way over here to correct your transactions. I'll make a batch purchase of Crystal worth 3 months' salary for you all to use free of charge. As for Alatir, I'll think of something else.
You don't have to go that far.
Yeah, owning up to your mistake is enough for me. You've done plenty of good for the community in the past. I'm not looking for a handout.
Drop the act. You claimed this was a one-time mistake, but the real reason there's only 1 shipment's worth of stolen Crystal in your basement is that you have an accomplice.
Reporting in, sir. We've conducted a full search of the mayor's house. As expected, we found many crates full of Crystal, half of which were still in their original shipping containers.
This wasn't your first time at all. You've been colluding with the mayor of Stratomeros for a long time now. The train station's currently out of service, but it does open for a short window every time there's an energy delivery. And every time a train pulls in, you're there on site to take inventory and oversee the workers unloading the cargo. The mayor handpicks said workers. Per his instructions, they transport the Crystal by tunnel at night to the mayor's house, and he sells it out of town. But since he can't get the goods out of town by train, he had to arrange an alternative method of transportation. This meant slower sales, which gave me plenty of opportunity to catch him in the act.
Wait, the mayor's involved in this too?
Preposterous. What proof do you have of any of this?
Basic math. I've spent a lot of time lately counting
carriages?
The energy consumed by a train depends on its total weight. And since energy is a limited resource right now, it's fair to assume that every carriage is packed full. So, if we take the energy required for the Kresnik's torch, add the sales figures you provided, then compare that figure to the train's theoretical cargo capacity, guess what? The numbers never match. It's always off by 1 or 2 carriages worth. This time, you set a new record. 3 carriages missing.
You mean to tell me that you sat around out—
I'm a hunter. I have 2 options.
Well, I've heard enough. The evidence speaks for itself. Take Shishkin and the mayor into custody and escort them back to Snezhnagrad.
You cocky little brat! Ruining my business! Just you wait.
Yeah, something felt off. So I just followed my gut. Math isn't my—
Thank you for your assistance. You're a brave— Shishkin was quite the cunning criminal, as I'm sure you can tell. He did all of this right under our noses, and we never suspected a thing.
A wolf in sheep's clothing. He had everyone fooled.
Even with that sob story he fed us. He was probably trying to keep the mayor out of it, not just mask his own motive. Without the compelling case he put together, Alosha, was it? Tell me.
We can go find some wild animals if you want. I'll fire off a couple of shots.
I didn't mean to cast suspicion on your identity. It's just... well, I'm sure you've heard of the Rokot. Recently, they've been recruiting people with... they hide in plain sight under false identities, working against Project Stuzha, sometimes directly opposing the Tsaritsa herself. They aren't a violent organization, and their goal is to improve the lives of the common folk. But still, as a member of the Fatui, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't keep tabs on them.
First I've heard of this. I don't really keep up with what goes on in the city. All I know is, people who don't mind their own business in the city end up paranoid about everything. As for me, I just couldn't stand Shishkin. I'm from Alatir myself, and I can tell you, nobody's lived there in years. Why would an abandoned village need Crystal? Of course, no one really cares about the fate of that place. I'm guessing today is the first you've heard of it.
I see. It does sound quite... I will report this incident to Snezhnagrad. The Fatui will take over energy distribution until new officials or... Looks like it's my turn.
Don't mention it. Excuse me. I'll take a share of Kresnik Crystal. I need to take a detour before we head back. There's someone I have to deliver this crystal to. Hang tight for a moment. Ma'am, it's...
Alosha?
You know me. I came by earlier...
Now, how often do I get to see my grandson?
It's okay. You just rest. I'm fine.
Oh, you. Sit down.
Please, don't get up on my account. You need to rest.
Right under the basket by the... Well, grandson...
Very much, ma'am.
Good, good.
You don't need to save any more.
Oh, I don't...
Some kind soul must have given these to her. But she always saves the nicer things for special occasions. I met her at the market back before her health began declining. She was a lovely old lady. We're from the same hometown. Not many people have heard of Alatir. And if they have, it's usually for all the wrong reasons. There's a gang of highwaymen that came from there. Now that it's an abandoned village, it's rare to find anyone who shares fond memories of our hometown. I first learned of Stratomoros' energy supply problems from a passing comment in one of her... The town's been in decline for a... That said, it's fine. In Snezhnaya, you turn to look at them, the Grim Reaper reaches out and she still calls me Grim. Come on, let's get back.
Paimon, we're back.
Yep. Paimon.
her complexion's looking much better.
Sure, but enough.
I'll explain.
Jeez, you guys got so...
Yeah. Well, enough. Don't know. The goal of Project Stuzha is... The thing is, we were told that the project would only last for 6 months. But time and time again, they keep extending it.
Extending it? Does that mean the
That's what everyone suspects. In principle, any proposed extension needs to pass by majority vote in the Snezhnaya Veche. But even though opposition has been growing, any detractors end up caving into political pressure from the rooster, Pulcinella. He's the chair of the Snezhnaya Veche and a key figure in the voting process. He has the backing of many powerful and influential people.
How come the Fatui are picking on ordinary people even here in Snezhnaya?
I don't see it like that. Fundamentally, the Fatui will always think and act in the Tsaritsa's interests. But that doesn't mean they don't care about the plight of the common folk. The only reason Sir Tomoro still receives Crystal shipments is because of a relief proposal put forward by the Rooster himself. Then there's the Fatui soldiers providing support in every corner of the nation. Even the Northland Bank provided some mora for disaster relief, and they're as conservative and indifferent as they come. It's just that the rich and powerful in their fancy palaces live in a completely different world from us. There's always gonna be some conflict when those worlds call. Yeah, well, even though we all believe in Her Majesty, that regular folk don't have an easy way of getting their voices heard in Snezhnaya, while the rich and powerful are either unwilling or afraid to speak out for all sorts of complicated reasons. The Rokad provides the disaffected with false... Of course, an organization, but so far, they've been doing their... Like us, don't you mean?
That's because we're adventurers.
Sounds like we're going to get along. So,
I want to meet the Tsaritsa. It's complicated. I've had run-ins with many of the Harbingers along the way, and I really need to know what the Tsaritsa is up to, her ultimate goal, what the Gnosis mean in all of this. Since I've made it this far in my journey, I have to find the truth, whatever it takes.
Wait, so... No way. Are you who I think you are?
Sounds like you've heard of us then.
I didn't realize I was... Honestly, we're all as curious as you are about what the Tsaritsa's plan, but getting in the same room as her won't be easy. The common folk aren't permitted to meet her at the best of times. And right now, she's probably not even in Snezhnaya. Word is, she's heading east on a campaign to slay a monster. Yeah, so you've heard of it. It also absorbs everything around it. Luckily, as it grew, I'm sure that Tsaritsa and her person. Suffice to say, you won't be seeing... Fair. Once it's open, we can see...
Whoa!
The Fatui aren't exactly spotless in this whole mess. Plus, we helped them out. Should be easy enough to negotiate. As far as I know, all the paperwork is dealt with upon manufacture. I've never seen anyone check it, so I wouldn't worry. Having a train makes everything... I know a good doctor in the city.
Oh, thanks.
Drive carefully, all right? You don't want to... Also, I don't think I've seen a train like this before. Is it a new model or something? Not a fan of small talk, are you? Anyway, take this. It's an up-to-date map of the Snezhnayan rail network. All the track switching is automated. So, as long as the train's moving, you don't need to worry about collisions or anything. We'll leave you to examine the train's conditions yourselves.
Shouldn't be a problem.
All right then.
Our destination settings have been applied. Let's give this thing a final once-over and...
Affirmative.
What's this?
Engine, diagnostics
Neat!
I've lived in...
Strictly speaking, all configurations are complete.
Away we go! Huh? What's going on?
Oh no.
What is this place? Traveler, are you okay?
Just our luck.
Alosha!
It's called the Shadow Realm. A place where no wind blows, no light shines, and I've only seen it a few times, and the few who do make it back.
Huh? Then... Oh, maybe Goggles knows something. Goggles? Great!
Hold it together. Come on.
Look at these Fatui! It's like they've lost their minds!
Their shadows have been devoured. They're no longer amongst the living. I can't channel elemental energy here, but I have a few gadgets that still work.
Wait!
Guess we'd better find a way.
Let's hammer this out.
Hello.
For now, at least.
Correct. Time and we must leave.
Sounds like you have a...
Yes. I have marked the exit to the Shadow Realm for your convenience. In addition, I have prepared some equipment. It may well... Activation code?
Whoa!
Now go.
Is this?
In the Shadow Realm. Let's go. When you encounter small obstacles, you can simply clamber over them. You can slide to navigate through low, narrow tunnels. obstruction ahead. You may be able to use the... Since elemental energy is unavailable in the Shadow Realm, ammunition is an important resource. You can... For long-range targets, try using the scope to line up your shot. Many hostile units. I suggest...
Close it! Over.
Gotta recharge! Yeah.
More enemies detected. Try attacking with the newly unlocked Assault function.
State number 2. Charge!
Where's the...
Reload! Charge! Need a refill!
One shot is all I need! Requesting backup! Where's the... backup?
Aim at the freeze mark and pull the trigger to move using the rope.
Defenses have been breached! Charge!
Back in business.
Defenses have been breached!
You should be able to use the Prime Ice construct left here to cover long distances.
Charge!
Reloading!
I recommend using this if you detach the...
Hey?
Need a refill! State number 2. Charge!
sprint at the prime ice launcher to reach high places with ease.
Can't take over.
Usable munitions detected. Frag crystal.
Back in business.
Taking cover.
Frag out!
State number 2.
Charge!
Cover me. Out of ammo.
I'm on my last legs now.
Cover me.
Need a refill. Shift your center of gravity and slide down.
How much longer is this gonna take?
The exit is right ahead. We are very close now. However...
It's like they're trying to keep us trapped here. That platform and the carriages are swarming with undead Fatui. Guess we gotta storm through.
Need a refill.
You may find switching to assault mode makes your attacks more effective.
Cover me. Over.
Back in business.
Take great care not...
State number 2. I'm in over my head.
Looks like the Shadow Realm is about to sink.
The exit is...
You mean this...
No time to think. We just gotta go for it. can't believe the Shadow Realm manifested right on the railroad tracks. It's almost lucky we made it out.
Yeah, he came up a whole bunch in Nokrai.
Make no... First-time firearm user, your performance was, as Alosha said...
Let's hope not.
The Shadow Realm can appear now. Please take a moment to catch your breath while...
Oh, thanks, Goggles.
Yes, of course. And just...
Let's get some fresh air while the Eye of...
Yeah, sure. It's so quiet here for a train station. Huh? So much for repair? You've swapped our train out for a whole new model!
My plan was to restore the train to its original appearance per my records as quickly as possible. Now that the repairs are complete, the train offers optimized performance and a significantly improved trendiness level.
Huh. Didn't know trendiness...
According to my calculation...
Hyperborea, huh? I'm sure I've heard of that in a story somewhere. Want to avoid looking down if you're afraid of heights.
No, it's not that. Paimon's just praying that we don't have yet another accident. That mountain is breathtaking. Reminds Paimon of Dragonspine.
They say this mountain's the domain of a Snegovic lord. A lot of the Snegovic retreated there to live in seclusion, so it's a pretty mysterious place. You hear all kinds of stories. Even the residents of the nearby town of Svietlo-Lidovka steer clear of the summit, and they make a living off of harvesting prime ice. Look, Snezhnagrad's just up ahead. here we are. Welcome to Snezhnaya.
Wow!
In the future, you can use this train station to travel anywhere you want in Snezhnaya. For now, though, come with me. Let's get Paimon this way.
Look! They have really funny-looking heads! And those ones are about the same height as Paimon! But it looks like they can't fly!
Those would be Volkudlak and Domovoy. You'll also see the winged Vila and the snowborn Snegovic amongst others.
No wonder! We'd heard that Snezhnaya used to be the realm of the Fae. Paimon can really see it now.
To the left is the Market of Zolny. They sell everything there. You can often find some nifty little trinkets. To the right, you'll see the Korolievsky Theater in the distance.
Look at that! Incredible!
I found it pretty stunning when I first came here, too. I'm just a small-time hunter, so Zolny is where I spend most of my time. This way will Yeah, I mean, there are places to stay in Zolny. Most of the stoves are out of crystal.
Yep, no way. Fine, don't worry.
I'm glad to see you've perked up. If you find yourselves in the mood for some sightseeing later, this way leads to the adjacent block is kind of a city in it. Inside, there's a munitions factory, and over there is the Snezhnaya Vecha, where all the these places are best admired from a distance.
Yeah,
The downtown area is near the center of Zapoliarn, another place of interest. Oh, and I'm sure you'll want to make contact with the Adventurers Guild at some point.
Ooh, speaking of adventuring, we use alchemy quite a lot.
No one practices alchemy at Snezhnaya, I'm afraid. Apparently there's some historical reason for it.
Oh, we'll just have to use the one on the train then. Kinda.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's about it.
Sounds good. Thanks for...
Podvorye restaurant is...
Ad Astra Abyssosque. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild headquarters.
Looks like you get what you pay for, huh? Paimon likes this room a lot. Yeah, much better. If this were anywhere else, you're right. A lot happened, obviously. A million more sure was. And so far, we've learned, but we won't get to see her anytime. It must be a pretty powerful, to be honest. What we're Paimon can't think of a few. Right. And when we left Noctri, Snezhnaya specifically. So, it's yeah, there's gotta be some. But it's unlikely we could sweet talk Arlecchino, let alone Snezhnaya. Yeah, the last time was all the way back in Fontaine, right? Too bad we missed him in Noctri. Apparently, he came to help out.
Hello. Is there a traveler in Paimon in there?
That's Alosha.
Hello, I'm Dr. Luneva. Alosha mentioned that one of you is feeling a little under... I see. So you're my patient today.
Good question.
Not exactly. It's just... I'm used to... But don't worry.
It'll be fine. Right? We're no different when it comes down to it, are we? That's just because Paimon knows...
Okay. Vital signs are good. Test results are all with... I can give you some medicine if you find yourself with persistent...
Sounds like there's no cause...
Thank you, Doc.
You're very welcome.
Take care. You heard the doctor. Best you rest...
All right, then.
I have to get back to it. If you need any... Hey, no big deal.
All right, time to find Child and see what he can tell me.
Hold on. Please display your invitation letter or permit. Glupov does not accept meeting requests without a prior appointment. You'll have to apply per the advertised book. Might I ask who you're hoping to visit? Another one who thinks the rules don't apply to them. I don't understand why people think they can just talk their... But I have to... Wait a moment. I'll pass on your message. Lord Child is a busy man. He's probably not in Glupov at the present, even if you two are old friends as you claim. Please understand that the Fatui Harbingers are often busy with their official duties. They tend not to stay in Glupov for extended periods. Next time, stick to the rules. You'll make life easier for both of us, Greetings, Lady Marionette.
I'll take care of our guest here. It's his first time in Snezhnaya, so it's no surprise that he doesn't know the rules yet. I trust no choice words have been exchanged. No misunderstandings I should be aware of.
No, Lady Marionette. No incidents to report. Whew, that was a close call. Good thing I played it cool.
Is that right? Good to know. Under the weather? I take it she's still adapting to the climate. All right, then. Well, let me know if you run into... Why else? And, as obnoxious as it may be to... Well, I felt our time working together and not... Unfortunately, I can't invite you inside either. The rules of Glupov wouldn't... On the plus side, Snezhnograd actually has some class. Unlike Nasha Town. Torchlight Books has a very nice selection of teas and cakes, so we can catch up there. Your treat, of course. Because I already wasted one perfectly good cup of tea today. I've ordered for the both of us. No objections, I assume. I'm sure you trust my... Okay, let's get down to business. Wanna take a guess? Of course you'd say that. That's right. I'm sure you've heard of the Snezhnaya Vetcha by now. They'll be discussing yet another Yeah, he's more of the... It all started with a very detailed letter that Capitano left for the jester, Piero, before leaving for Natlan. In that letter, he detailed the future arrangements for his subordinates. All of his key people were reassigned to Tartaglia. I guess he'd already prepared to leave us for good all the way back then. But Piero didn't reveal the contents of the letter until the events in Natlan had concluded. That was his reaction, too. Why me? With a bewildered look on his face. He'd always assumed Capitano looked down on him. He was a man who kept his thoughts to himself and barely spoke to him the whole time they'd known each other. But he occasionally brought Tartaglia along to my tea parties back in the day. So to the rest of us, it was clear that Capitano had quite a lot of respect for his young comrade. By the rest of us, I mean my tea party regulars. Arlecchino, Rosaline, and... Actually, not Columbina. She was probably oblivious to it. Anyway, then the Liu-S situation happened. Normally, it took a lot to get under Capitano's skin, but that time he was furious. It's not really my place to talk about it, though. You can ask Tartaglia about it sometime. Basically, Tartaglia probably had the wrong idea about Capitano all along. Right up until Piero revealed the letter he'd left behind. Capitano believed that despite Tartaglia's immaturity, he showed great potential. Plus, he possessed a kind of purity rarely seen among members of the Fatui. Yeah, it's one of the few things that I'd agree those two have in common. But there's one other reason why Capitano chose Tartaglia to assume command of his troops. He knew that after he was gone, several of the others would swoop in on his army like vultures. With the ones who stood to benefit the most being the rooster Pulcinella and regrator Pantalone. Once they divided Capitano's troops between them, they'd be more powerful than ever. No. So, you can see why Capitano chose to hand that letter to Piero, right? Exactly. Piero also needed to back a harbinger as soon as possible. And, all things considered, Tartaglia was the best choice. Even though Tartaglia has had the support of Northland Bank for a long time, he and Pantalone are ultimately not cut from the same cloth. I'd say Capitano made a good judgment call. Anyone else caught in this situation would probably feel like they'd been hung out to dry. His best course of action will be to distance himself from any shady business. What's the point in having a tea party if you don't spill a little tea? Besides, none of this is confidential anyway. You'll see it firsthand if you ever sit in on a set. Having a voice in the Vetcha is the only way to steer policies in your favor. Pantalone, for instance, represents the financial sector, and Tartaglia represents the Fatui soldiers. Personally, I have no interest in political jousting. But since I have a number of engineers and researchers under my command, I have to make their voices heard. Then there's Pulcinella, the linchpin of the Vetcha. He represents politics itself. Everything involves him, so nothing can bypass him. Any issue that comes up, he knows how to mediate. That's what the Tsaritsa values most.
I'm starting to see why everyone is so frustrated. A complex web of...
All right, I'm done. You must have known that you can get the info you needed from me. So why was Tartaglia the first person you asked to see and not me? I just don't understand, that's all. Anyway, do I really need a reason? Wait. Oh, I think I know what it is. Columbina passed on my message to you before you left, not cry, right? I only meant you should be mindful of which side you're on. Is that actually why you didn't ask for me? Because you took that to heart. You... fair enough. Anyway, just ask for my help now.
Lady Marionette.
What now?
Sorry to disturb you during your break, ma'am, but I'm afraid it's an emergency.
Isn't it always? I've told you before. Fixing the tracks and transporting ice blocks does not constitute an emergency.
The equipment in Svietlolaidovka is in urgent need of maintenance. With how the weather's been recently, we suspect that the cause is a buildup of snow, exceeding the maximum weight limit. The supports on one of the machines broke and fell, awakening a dormant beast and leaving many of the ice miners trapped in a nearby ice cave. Luckily, Odette's team was nearby and launched a rescue operation. But we're still facing a severe manpower shortage for both the rescue and engineering teams.
I guess that's it then. Our tea party will have to end here. Do you actually want to come with, or are you just saying, nice of you to... And honestly, I'd rather have you... Then let's go. If anything happens to Paimon...
Yes, Lady Marionette.
They weren't exaggerating. From what I've been told, most of the... Yeah, you do that while I check the... Meet me back here as soon as...
I have to be...
Don't go any further. It's too dangerous here. There's a highly aggressive monster on the prowl. You need to leave. Ah, I see. You're the backup from Snezhnagrad. Well, I'm Odette. Good to meet you.
Ah, so this is Odette. She was the first member of the Fatui on the scene.
There are 5 people trapped in the cave. Monster type is unknown, and let's go. Careful. Something's moving. This must be the monster's shadow. Looks like a tough opponent.
Stay back!
I see them. They're right behind the monster. The monster seems very agitated. It could attack at any moment. Let's make the first move.
Take this! Following thunder!
Crystalline Adagio. Harada.
Thank you for saving us. We'd have been monsters.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You should be safe.
Thank you. Come on, let's go.
I've searched the area. Pretty sure. Yeah, but with us here, it won't. It may be small. It's lucky we got. The trapped miners have been.
Wait. This place. There's something unusual about it.
What is that?
I don't know. It's back?
Guess it has family. This way. Run! Thanks. Let's get out of here. Everyone's accounted for. You really held your own today. Don't. Alright then. Hello.
I hear the rescue operation was what brings you here, Odette.
No, a Fatui mission. I happened to be nearby and heard the crash.
She hasn't introduced herself then. Odette is the prima ballerina of Snezhnaya. She's quite the celebrity. If you ever hear people mention the two crowning jewels of the Korailievsky troupe, they're talking about Odette and the prima donna, Vodianitsa. On top of that, Odette's also a rising Fatui star. It's looking likely she'll inherit the title of the Fair Lady. She learned all her combat skills from Rosaline herself. Used to be one of her most valued subordinates, too.
You flatter me, Lady Marionette.
If she's Rosaline's protege, that makes me... Never mind. There's no need to bring it up. Nope.
How's progress on your end, Lady Marionette?
Equally successful. I finished reinforcing all the equipment. Took me a little longer without Polonia's help. But the outcome is the same, of course. Even if the heavy snowfall summoned by that monster lasts for another 3 months straight, this equipment won't give way. All right, now that we're done here, it's time to get out of this blizzard. Sure, but Snezhnaya will send someone to investigate and draw up a relief plan. And I guess I'll have to write the incident report myself this time, since it involves a mechanical malfunction. First, Pantalone needs to approve the budget, then Pulcinella has to sign off on the plan. Once they've argued it out and reached a compromise, we can move forward. That's the rough process anyway. Could take anywhere from a couple of weeks to a couple of months, depending... Yup, nothing we can do about...
The snow has eased a little for now. Fuel for heating is in short supply. It just feels like...
Hey, quit daydreaming. Let's get back to Snezhnaya. When did you get a new sword?
I found it in a cave.
Well, if it isn't Counselor Tartaglia, Mr. Big Shot himself.
Go easy on me, all right? I'm still recovering from the interrogation the real Big Shots put me through. Hey, comrade, it's been too long. I heard you came looking for me earlier. Nicest surprise I've had in a while. Good to see you too, Odette. I'm guessing you guys just got back from Sviatlo Lajdovka. How'd it go?
It went fine.
How about you? Any new developments?
Not really. Same as ever. Growing opposition to Project Stuzha, and the usual rebuttals are starting to ring hollow. The results of the mock vote were pretty dire. Pulcinella was fuming. I've never seen the old man so angry.
That's not good news. It takes a lot to rattle him.
Yeah. Obviously, if push comes to shove, there are ways to crack down on dissent. But...
Sorry, I have to ask something. This...
Huh? Of course.
It sounds to me like everyone's tearing their hair out trying to figure out how to deal with opposition to Project Stuzha. But what exactly is this project's purpose?
Huh?
Interesting. I gotta hand it to you, comrade.
Excuse him? What does he mean, refuse to stand up for ordinary people?
Oh my gosh. How does he dare speak to the Harbingers like that?
Are you interrogating us now?
It's okay, Sandrone. Let me explain. I think I understand where he's coming from. If I could, I'd take your side right now. In fact, my position's very similar to yours. I've only held back on casting a dissenting vote in the Vecha because the Tsaritsa would never let me get away with it. Still, I have a responsibility to the Fatui armed forces, so I do what I can to make their voices heard. Most of them are just regular folks from small towns far from the capital. I'm sure you've seen how much those kinds of places are struggling right now. Oh, and for what it's worth, I'm from Arepasak myself. Things aren't going so swell there either. The Tsaritsa wants to create a better, safer future for the people of Snezhnaya, but she's thinking long-term. I don't doubt that from where you're standing, Project Stuzha seems to be creating all sorts of issues for everyone. But considering the Tsaritsa's vision for the future, these are sacrifices worth making. Sounds cold, I know. But I promise it's not as black and white as it seems. Maybe Sandrone and I can't oppose Project Stuzha outright, but we're constantly raising our concerns in Vecha meetings. And even though we can't put an end to it, there are plenty of other ways to make a difference. We're trying everything we can think of, and so is Pulcinella. I respect Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, and trust her decisions. But at the end of the day, I'm still just a normal guy who cares deeply about my homeland. And my family, who all live here. There's no way I would ever abandon them.
As contentious as things can get within the Vecha, there's no selfishness or malice behind it. Everyone wants to get through this period as smoothly as possible. The issue is that there's no way of pleasing, but that is not the same thing as being blindly loyal to the Tsaritsa. No one's got their head in the sand here.
In fairness to Sandrone, she and even Tartaglia, who used to own—
Hey, come on. There's only so much we can say. Maybe you've heard already. But she's currently leading her army on a campaign to the east to defeat the monster. Striking that monster down will be a significant step, and as laser-focused as she— To me, that says a lot. If she thought Snezhnaya and its people didn't— Thanks.
I still think this adventurer raises a very important point. Our two harbingers have made their positions very clear. But there are many— I think it's a very valuable quality to be willing to speak one— Forgive me,
Oh, haven't you been properly introduced?
Easier said than done.
I've only learned his name so far.
Uh-oh. Is there no avoiding the subject of Rosaline?
No, it's just... Alright, I guess there's no getting around it. This is the world-renowned traveler, who helped resolve the storm terror threat in Mondstadt, cleaned up after the mess I made in Liyue, and then went to Inazuma, where there was a duel before the throne, in which the traveler defeated Rosaline.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I didn't think you two would be seeing much of each other, so I figured it wasn't worth bringing up.
It's fine. It was a long time ago. It's fine. Sorry. I just remembered that we have a rehearsal coming up. Please excuse me. I should get going.
I've mentioned this to you before, remember? She was Rosaline's most valued subordinate. But they didn't actually get along. Not that Rosaline was really the type of person to make friends, but death has a way of resolving a lot of conflicts.
Don't let it weigh on you. Like she said, it was a long time ago. It's in the past now. Odette has a very different personality from Rosaline. Give her some time. I'm sure she'll work through it. Oh, by the way, where's Paimon? It's not like her to hide away.
She hasn't been feeling well.
Oh, right. I felt so bad for her seeing her lying in bed, coughing. She was so mature for her age, though. I'm sure Paimon's a good kid, too. You're a little short on manpower.
Well, that would be great.
Hey, don't mention. So no more accusing me of not being on your side.
Already? That was quick.
I'm afraid if you hadn't told me, I never would have known he'd gone south. I assumed he'd been in Glupov this whole time. Well, I guess I'd better go sort out Paimon.
Me too. I have an incident report to write up. Let's leave it there for now.
I guess everyone's in a difficult position. But Tartaglia, to start with, How strange. This sword seems to be vibrating of its own accord. It's a very faint vibration, but it's getting stronger as I get closer to the statue of the Seven. Does this sword have some connection to the statue? But all it does is vibrate, even when I touch it. That place I got this sword from was definitely out of the ordinary. Maybe I should try channeling the power of cryo. How strange. This sword seems to be vibrating of its own accord. It's a very faint vibration, but it's getting stronger as I get closer to the statue of the Seven. Does this sword have some connection to the statue? But all it does is vibrate, even when I touch it. That place... I don't really understand what just happened. I'll have to try the same thing again.
Hello there. How can I help? Ah, sure thing. Give me a sec.
It's a fundamental contradiction. Not necessarily. I think there's a good chance that when we resolve Stratomeros, a huge backlog, a lot of them will probably stockpile. Exactly. Hey boss, how much?
1 second, let me check.
Yeah. I don't know if I have enough, so I'll chip in a... No, it's fine.
Here's your Mora.
Yeah, well, can't hurt to take a... Let's see. Huh?
Oh, Alosha, and... Hello?
I didn't realize you two knew each other. Yeah, I take on... When the weather's as bad as this, it's better for a hunter to adapt than to keep looking for game.
Yes, and we sometimes need extra help.
Wait, why is the atmosphere so awkward? So, what brings you here, Miss...
No. After I got back to the theater, I couldn't stop thinking about this, so I decided I'd come here and see if there's anything I can do. You too, I presume. I suppose that's why you're here. I didn't feel comfortable expressing my true opinions in front of the Harbingers. Not least because ordinary Fatui like me don't even know what Project Stuzha is all about. Without knowing the full picture, I can't make sense of it. And... Yes. Well, that's...
Right, because things can get out of hand.
Sandrone said Odette was on track to inherit the title of the Fair Lady. If so, she'll be able to find out what Project Stuzha is really about. Still, it's probably a little soon to...
What's on your mind? I think we can both agree that no matter which side you're on, it can't stop you from doing the right thing. Where there's a will, there's a way. I know what Rosaline did while she was abroad. You made the right decision, so no hard feelings. So...
Oh, we were gonna buy some Crystal.
Funny. I had the same idea. In that case, let me... The real issue here is that government relief is behind schedule.
True. It's a huge expense after all.
Let me see. Right. Choose mission budget under the expense category, but be sure to specify emergent... Let's book this train. Regulations say that if we need to that should do it. The train will be escorted to its destination.
This is my first time...
You flatter me.
Anyway, I bet you've been non-stop today, am I right? Any idea how Paimon's doing?
What's wrong?
His travel buddy. Hasn't been feeling well. She caught a cold right after they got to Snezhnaya.
Sounds like she's important to you. I can't believe you...
I've got nothing going on right now, so I'll join you.
May I come too? I have some candy that someone gave me back in Svietla Laidovka.
All right then. I still don't...
Hello. Sorry, but there's a sick person.
What happened?
Oh, please, excuse me. Are you the Traveler? Could I take a quick look at your Adventurer Handbook? Master Child said I should verify your identity. Ah, it's really you. Sorry for the inconvenience. At the same time, we can't interfere with Podvoye Restaurant's business. That would only besides myself, a few of my...
I didn't expect such a high...
Well, Master Child handpicked... Anyway, I won't...
Traveler! Aloysia, you're back! Oh, hey! Who's our new friend?
Hi, I'm Odette. The Traveler and I crossed paths a few times.
Another friend from the Fatui, huh? You're practically a member yourself by this point. Paimon's definitely on the mend. It's just...
I have just the thing.
Whoa! What's this? Is that...
All keen observations, whenever I've caught a cold in the past.
Awesome! Your name was
Looks like she's in pretty good spirits. Any progress with your investigation yet? No surprises there, I'm sure. They're not likely to let anything slip. The Rokot, huh? Members of the Rokot, leave it with me.
Would anyone like a drink?
Paimon will have... enough with the secret chat, you two. Let's catch up. It'll be kind of like tabletop.
There is no escape!
If there's anything you need, just let me know.
Ah, you made it. It'll have to wait until after the show, though. Pleasure.
Please present yourself for a routine inspection.
Is that guy with the...
Okay, all done.
What's up? Everything okay? Snezhnaya's business and political leaders are all with... Still, it's a little unusual to see the Fatui's Armory Palace guard here. You saw him, right? The guy right at the back. Strong, silent type. His name's Valeri. He's part of the Special Assignments Battalion. Supposedly a researcher, but that's not for us to worry about. What do you think? Oh, the one in Fontaine? Here we are, just in time. Sorry, coming through.
Ugh. If you're gonna show up late, keep your mouth shut.
What's his problem?
Look, there she is. That's who I'm introducing you to later. She's the lead singer of the troupe, Vodyanitsa. This leads directly to the green room. They're expecting us. Vodyanitsa will be waiting for us. Hey there.
Ugh! Can you believe it? I am so mad right now.
Oh, it's you two.
Huh? You know each other? Oh, wait. Is this who you were telling me about? The one you met yesterday and couldn't...
I never...
Yes, you did. Why are you denying it? It was right before I went on...
Might I ask what...
Oh, I just brought him here to... So, I thought I'd try my luck.
You work here. You, of all people, ought to know that's against the rules. It's not what the green room is there for.
Oh, what's the big deal? Come on, don't be shy. I can give you an autograph. You can take a picture too if you want.
Do as you please. I finished all my shows for the day. I'll leave you to chat.
I wasn't making that stuff up, you know. Odette's just... She thinks very highly of you. And so do I. You did the right thing in Svietloladovka.
We're good. Odette's out of earshot. Confidentiality, of course.
Whoa, Alosha! Not out loud!
Relax. I've taken care of it.
The President's reply sent this...
You told me last night that you wanted to get intel from the Roka, but ever since you set foot in Snezhnaya, everything about you is perfectly in alignment with what we're trying to achieve. I wrote a letter to the President explaining your situation, including just the right amount of detail. His approval came very quickly. Of course, it's still your decision.
Well, assuming Odette was telling the truth and she didn't misjudge you, still, you gave me a real fright. So, that's... Now you're...
Anyway, let me give you a quick rundown of how things work. Like I said, the Rokot is a covert organization, and we hide our identities. Members typically don't meet in person or even know each other's identities. This helps us maintain a high level of independence and secrecy. Because of this, members are basically free to decide their methods without constraints, so long as the outcome of any activity doesn't violate the organization's principles.
After all, we don't have any ostensible contact with each other. This way, if anything goes wrong, no one else will be implicated.
Beyond the freedom to choose how you operate, it's also your choice whether to act at all. In short, there's a code of conduct you can read.
I tried reading it 5 or 6...
Great. Then...
Well, Alosha has this pet dog, you see. Dagarin took quite a liking to me, so I played with him for a little bit. Then, the Rokot was out on a mission one day, and even though we were all in disguise, Dagarin recognized me right away.
Just a coincidence, really. We didn't report it to the higher-ups, though, to avoid dealing with the fallout. Like... my job at the theater, for instance. I really needed to make ends meet. By the way, what were you complaining about just before we came in? Did everything go okay with Chuganov?
Everything did not go okay. That's why I was so but he wouldn't take the bait. And then he started complaining. He said he didn't appreciate his second-rate seat in the stalls because he usually gets a private box. I mean, what did he expect? Everyone knows that if you want a box seat, you buy a ticket well in advance. But instead, I had to juggle things around just to get him a half-decent seat, hoping he would appreciate the gesture and...
Yeah, meeting Chuganov in person... Oh, you probably don't know who we're talking about, do you? Chuganov was that older guy you were sitting next to today. I'm sure he didn't make a great first impression.
To the citizenry, he's a family man and a kind boss. But our interactions with him tell a very different story. It's one thing to ask for a favor, but he acts like it's his right. He always expects special treatment. Take the ticket situation, for instance. I've actually gotten him a private box in the past. But not only was he not even grateful, now he's acting like I've sold him short this time. Not to mention that he's never paid for a single one of his tickets. And another thing, if he's such a big family man, why doesn't he bring his wife and daughter to see the show once in a while? I've never seen them here, not even once.
Calm down, Vodyanitsa. If you won't do it the easy way, we'll have to try the hard way. But first things first. Here's your application form.
need to make a few little... Alright. Now that we've done some... All we need now is some direct
That way, the Kresnik Kristall can be out.
I was hoping he might let slip during one of our chats. I'm needing another regular theater goer.
But Valeria's here too.
Don't you? Mitya is a renowned... The authorities should take... Also, we're not allowed on site. Yeah, still...
What do you think? Sound like something worth your
Okay, in that case, he's a huge fan, so I doubt he'll have his guard up around me.
Sure. Don't worry.
Perfect! You've sold me already. Now, help me tidy this room up a bit before...
Okay. What needs time?
Everything!
We come here often, so now it's up to Vodyanica.
Mr. Mitya! Over here! Over here!
Oh, sorry. I got a little held up on my way here. Now we have even... Go ahead and order some snacks and...
You're really pressed for time.
No need. I've already had to decline your invitation several times.
Well, it's very kind of you to make time just for me.
I'm not too sure, to be honest. But Snezhnaya's full of weird and
The reason I invited you out for tea and a chat today was to get some feedback from a true fan of the theater.
Well, I genuinely have nothing bad to say. No matter how many... Maybe it's because the more times I listen, the more details I notice.
Thank you! I'm delighted to hear that. Could you give me any specific examples?
Oh, yeah. The piece you sang today, for example. Beneath the Frozen River? Hey, what's with you? I'm just praising a good performance. I always used to find that such a bleak and lonely song. But the more you listen, the more you realize that it's not as cold and nihilistic as it appears. When you really dig down into it, there's a certain level where you're surprised by the...
Wow, I'm impressed. Still, Beneath the Frozen River wasn't on today's program.
Oh, really? But it's a class...
Almost every time.
Oh,
I didn't sing that one today either. My voice wasn't quite up to it, so I switched...
Oh.
Sorry, Mr. Mitya, but you were at the theater today, yes?
Of course I was. Remember? I said hello to all the troupe members before the show started. You, Odette, and the others.
So what did Odette...
Elegy of the Snow-Winged Goose.
Correct. You find my singing boring, don't you?
No, all right. I'll be straight with you. I enjoy watching your shows because the exquisite performances stimulate the... So, whenever I get stuck at work, I come to the theater. Odette's dance during the Elegy of the Snow-Winged Goose today was simply incredible. It got me wondering what she's been going through recently. That look of sheer defiance in the face of utter tragedy? It was so inspiring. I started scribbling in my notebook right away. Not that I made a ton of progress in the grand scheme of things, but I still think it was productive. By the time I snapped out of it, the entire show had finished.
So what you're saying is, you didn't listen to my singing at all?
Unfortunately not. I'm sorry. I don't know which is more disrespectful. The fact that I don't always come for the show itself, or the fact that I missed your performance.
Seems like things are getting a little awkward.
Mitya just stepped into... this meeting...
It's fine. Don't let it bother you.
She's showing a lot of restraint.
Well, I'll be sure to let Odette know how much you would do.
Please don't say that. I always love your performances too.
I know. I can tell. I'm sure some people can't stand it when others praise their coworkers right to their face.
Fair enough. I still feel kinda bad, though.
But you know what
Oh, yeah!
I don't know if you've box tickets only, premium drinks, even the right to request specific songs.
Well played, Vodyanitsa. Seems like she's harnessing her rage.
Now that you mention it, I've interacted with that guy before. I gotta...
Yeah, he couldn't care. What's the big deal with that factory he runs anyway?
Oh, really?
Yep. The things people are saying are pretty damning. Low wages, insanely long working hours, equipment running around the clock. And as if that's not bad enough, he also strictly forbids his employees from giving any kind of interview. Project Stuja has now been... If the rumors are true...
Interesting.
What?
The rooster's been coming.
The rooster?
Yeah. Even though there are no restrictions, looks like we'll need to arrange an investigation into the Iskra manufacturer. I never knew you kept up with current affairs. Most Fae in your position...
Well, those of us who choose to live... I'm just surprised to learn that even...
This is it. We're finally going there.
I'm sure Mitya can sense.
It's stressing...
Oh, so you're...
That's right. The Armory Palace needs a brand new energy source. Not the power of the Light Realm, and not Right now, the only thing that meets the... But harnessing that power is cost. Progress has been painfully...
Could it be that...
No, it doesn't affect us. Because the energy is used for... Okay, I got it. Stop choking me. I think we're all just...
Seems...
Don't worry.
So they're trying to develop a completely new... Yeah. Censored...
Oh, dear. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Let's make up for it next time. We touched on some confidential issues.
That could have gone worse.
Nice job.
Sorry, routine inspection.
Okay, let's go.
So he wasn't rushing to get back to work. He must have calculated that Valeri would find him here in exactly 25 minutes. That's frighteningly accurate.
One of the main duties of the Special Assignments Battalion is to ensure that important figures stick to their schedules.
All right, time for us to get going to...
We'll settle our check.
Oh, hello there. Mr. Mitya paid the check before leaving. He also asked me to pass on a message. He said it was an honor to share his tea break with Miss Vodyanitsa and her two friends.
Wait.
So he knew we were here all along? Maybe his work isn't confidential after...
You're back! Here, Paimon was just gonna still, there's some good It's like she only started feeling this way.
That's right. The Armory Palace needs a brand new energy source.
Could that have something to do with this?
What is it? You're making... So, they're trying to... Well, and even so, those are... it's pretty faint. Sure, Paimon's with you there. Oh, great point. Good idea. Oh yeah, this one seemed right up your alley. So,
Alosha replied. He says that we won't be able... Time to get ready. Then head to the Snezhnaya Vecha.
Miss Vodyanitsa, prima donna.
Sorry, I'm not taking interview. Oh good, you're here.
Please wait, Miss Vodyanitsa.
In summary, the energy management commitments made for the outgoing period have been delivered upon. Furthermore, both the production and consumption of Kresnik Crystal show clear signs of stabilizing. The relevant agencies have assessed the present circumstances and determined that the status quo can be sustained until the next period. For detailed statistics, I would refer you to the industry reports that have been distributed to all persons present. It should also be noted that while the recent blizzards have led to a significant increase in people's energy expenses, this is strictly a short-term phenomenon associated with a remotely located monster. Her Majesty the Tsaritsa is giving her full attention to this matter. We should have every confidence that it will be dealt with swiftly and conclusively. A financial report on disaster relief is also present in this report, courtesy of Pantalone.
They cover the same old ground every single time. The rooster never seems to mind, but everyone else is getting tired of it. There's a general lack of trust. People aren't seeing any tangible benefits that affect them directly. Of course, none of that will be reflected in any of the reports on the table.
Yeah, if it weren't for these hard copy documents, I could have at least made something up. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just out here trying to hit my interview quotas. Bring out the kvass. Ever read it? Best-selling newspaper in town.
If I remember correctly, you guys don't even have a sales permit. You have to sell from stalls on the street.
Okay then, best-selling street stall newspaper in town. Still counts.
Order! We will now open the floor to the representatives. If there are no further substantive issues to discuss, we will then proceed to a vote on this motion.
Snezhnaya has a long tradition of treating members of the Fatui armed forces and their dependents favorably. But recent surveys shows that Fatui families in remote areas have access to 15% less crystal than the average civilian family in Snezhnograd. It's been said many times before, but it bears repeating now. There needs to be a clear and consistent rationale behind how crystal is allocated, or we will soon face immense public backlash.
Perhaps you wouldn't need to keep repeating yourself if you would hear me out for once. I say again, true consistency exists only in principle. In the real world, fairness is relative. You appear to treat resource allocation as a simple function of production and population. So what about when the equipment used in production breaks down? Have you factored that into your equation? And do you even know how long it's been since Snezhnaya last conducted a census?
If I knew the answers to questions like that, I'm sure I'd be a very wealthy man. And I doubt I'd be going by child. I'd like to bring the focus back to the specific issue I raised. Or do you wish to deny that favorable treatment for Fatui dependents is our long-standing policy?
It's easy to be a critic when there's no accountability. That seems to be a running theme in the anti-Project Stuzha cohort. Defeat the ringleader and all other problems will magically resolve themselves. That's what they seem to think. But in case you aren't aware, not one jot in my report would change whether Project Stuzha continues or not.
So you have no intention whatsoever of finding a solution to this problem?
On the contrary, I'm the only one here who ever brings solutions.
Child opened by speaking up for the armed forces. Regrator struck back with style and a war of words ensued. Our reporter was live on the scene to get the audience's reaction as it all unfolded. Who do you support? The people have spoken! Child received raucous applause from the crowd as he pushed Regrator onto his back foot with a relentless barrage of questions. It had to be seen to be believed.
Now you see why they don't have a sales permit.
However this reporter wants to spin things, I haven't forgotten that Tartaglia was representing the Northland Bank when we first met in Liyue. So surely, their relationship can't always have been this strained.
You two are getting off topic. Let's focus on what the data is saying.
Mr. Pantalone, may I speak on your behalf?
Oh, please do. I'm more than happy to save my breath.
Crystal distribution policy undergoes modifications with each new period. The ultimate goal being to find the most reasonable method of allocation, which I believe is what Mr. Tartaglia also seeks. But I fear many may have been misled on this topic by extremist activists. To clarify, Project Stuzha is not the root cause of the problem. It is merely a framework for resource distribution. The most recent reports all point to Snezhnaya's resilience and adaptability during this period of fine-tuning, and give clear indications that a distribution framework is improving with each iteration. To make drastic adjustments without first considering the risks would likely do more harm than good. It would be a waste of the hard-won experience we've gained to date.
Renowned scholar of finance, Arapov spoke up to clarify the fiscal logic, clearly alluding to social organizations like the Rokot in his words. With the notorious Lelex still active to this day, should the Rokot be held responsible? No.
She's just rephrasing what Mr. Pantalone said. The Rokot are the critics he accuses of taking no responsibility for their actions. As for Lilac, you won't have heard of him yet. He's currently the most famous member of the Rokot. Well, more like infamous. Ending Project Stuzha has become an obsession for him. Unlike the more decent ones among us, he believes that votes in the Vetcha are all that matter. So whether it's threats, coercion, or bribery, he'll use whatever means necessary to get people to change their vote.
And since we're already on the subject, what do you think of Lelec's methods? Are you for or against? Yes, don't we all? Lelec supporters grow in number by the day. We stand with Lelec.
At least someone here wants to take this discussion seriously. I've been considering that issue myself. What you really need is more precise regional data, right? I think it would be easiest to let the Fatui handle it, since they're already in charge of Crystal shipments anyway. We may as well get them to collect some data while they're at it. Whatever you need, you can ask the Fatui to look into it for you. In terms of supervision, I think the Druzhna would be a good fit. I had hoped to discuss this with Miss Vesna, but sadly, she's not present.
I will be happy to take a note of your suggestions and present them to Commander Vesna for a decision upon her return. The Commander has always taken a keen interest in Project Stuzha. However, given the Druzhna's demanding workload, I'm afraid it may prove difficult for them to provide any practical support.
Let us refrain from jumping to conclusions until a concrete and actionable plan is in place.
My apologies, Lord Rooster.
There are numerous issues to address here, including manpower, time sensitivity, and reporting lines. Nevertheless, I support drafting a proposal. Follow the usual procedure, and it can be raised as a new motion for all parties to evaluate at the appropriate time.
In that case, I'd like to share one thought before the proposal is drafted. The issue of time sensitivity was raised just now, which I presume relates to the official reports. In fact, the Energy Commission already collects regular statistics on each urban center and its surrounding area. Would these be of any use?
That's a good idea. I read every issue of Sviet-Lolaidovka's report, and although my focus is mostly on the section about equipment operation, the energy consumption statistics also yield a lot of insights.
Be that as it may, does no one see an issue with using local data to determine Crystal quotas?
Not if they are used...
Very well then. It appears that this arrangement is...
Yeah, sounds good.
The members read... Today, the
Right? Anything like...
Now then.
Hey, check it out! What made him vote
The votes have been tallied.
That was too close.
I'll bet Lelek...
Chuganov.
Yes. Go,
In accordance with the... We debate on the session...
This budget proposal absolutely must pass.
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging.
Must pass.
In summary, the energy management commitments made for the outgoing period have been delivered upon. Furthermore, both the production and the relevant... It should also be Her Majesty, a financial report on...
There's a general...
Yeah, if it weren't for these hard Oh, don't mind...
If I remember
Okay, then.
Order! We will now open...
Snezhnaya has a law, but recent survey... It's been said
Perhaps you wouldn't need... You appear to trick... And do you even know how...
If I knew the answer, I'd like to bring the...
defeat the ring, but in case you want...
So you have...
On the contrary...
Child opened by speaking up for the armed forces. Regraders struck back with style and a war of words ensued. Our reporter was live on the scene. The people...
Now you see why they don't have a sales permit.
However, so surely...
You two are...
Mr. Pantalone.
Oh, please do.
Crystal but I fear the most recent to make drastic adjustments.
Renowned with the notorious Lelex.
She's just free for... As for Lila, ending projects, so whether it's threats,
And since we're already on the subject, yes, don't...
At least someone here... I think it would be... Whatever you need.
I will be happy to... The commander...
Let us
My apologies.
There are new... Nevertheless...
In that case, in fact...
That's a good idea.
Be that...
Not if they are you...
Very well, then.
Yeah, sounds good.
The members Today, the
Right? Anything like that.
Now then.
Hey, check it out! What made him vote against?
The votes have been tallied. Those in favor of continuing Project Stuzha total 61%. Securing a clear majority.
That was too close. The margin has shrunk yet again. Chuganov was a huge loss.
I'll bet Lelek is behind this. I wonder how Pulcinella will respond this time.
Chuganov. I see. Lelek strikes again.
Yes. Go, Lelek. Once Project Stuzha is defeated, our unwavering support at Bring Out the Kvass will finally pay...
In accordance with the result of this vote, Project Stuzha will remain in effect until the next Vecha period. Finally, may I remind us all, we debate only for the greater glory and solidarity of our nation. May the Aurora shine ever on, and the Tundra always stand firm. The session is concluded.
I have to say, well, as we heard, but even if the policy got canned, I got a letter from in a situation like this. Once the Rooster receives the report, but that's a week-long process, and thus, exactly. I was originally gonna try rather than just sit back, but now, he's already voted against it. Which, yeah.
Lelek must have strong motivation. Maybe my next step.
Oh, right.
Hey, comrade. I noticed you were here during the debate.
I didn't take you for a political enthusiast.
Greetings, Harbingers. I just happened to...
Ah, Odette must have introduced you. Look...
I'll leave you to catch up. I should head back.
Sure. Break a leg. Thought it might be fun to check out the Vetcha, did you? Things are never that simple with you, Traveler. There's no way you're here for kicks and giggles.
Oh, yeah. To some, he's a captivating enigma. No one ever thought that some anonymous... Huh? You want to look into Lelik?
Fine by me. In return, it seems fair to let him in on what we've learned so far.
My thoughts exactly. Sharing is care. Head back to Glupov and grab the files on Lelik. It's easier to just pull the records than go through the rigmarole of getting the Traveler a visitor's permit.
As you command, child, sir.
In that case, since we're going to be waiting anyway, I'll have someone brew a pot of black tea.
One common thread among the many incidents, his modus operandi is to... So all these
If nothing else.
Yes, and somehow, Lelik's... If he can get in and out undetected, it's hard to believe that a human being could pull this off flawlessly every time. So they switched the focus of the investigation. Careful. Don't underestimate...
We haven't ruled out the possibility of Lelik being human.
No, not as strong as... Oh, you hit...
He's just trying to...
But that's the most important thing. In my opinion...
Odette? Yeah, that seems...
Except she's Fatui, so the likelihood of her working against us is...
No, wait a moment. Maybe we should interrogate that assumption.
What do you mean? Which assumption?
Her Fatui identity doesn't necessarily exonerate her. And when you think about it, the Rokot would be precisely what she needs to conceal her identity.
Plus, she would... Oh, yikes. I was just thinking out loud. Why is this starting to sound like such a convincing theory? Still, what reason could Odette possibly have for trying to call off Project Stuzha?
Arlecchino would be the best person to ask. She knows Odette best. Rosaline used to open up to her in private about her struggles with Odette. As I'm sure you can imagine, Arlecchino is quite a lot better with children than Rosaline was. She gave her some tips on how to handle the situation, and Rosaline managed to reach a settlement with Odette before leaving. So I suppose there were at least no lifelong regrets left behind. Beyond that, I don't know the details about that side of things. But I do know that Odette definitely has a motive to hold a grudge against Project Stuzha. The reason being, her father passed away during the early stages of the project. That was back before it had been named Project Stuzha, when things were still being worked out. But in essence, it's remained the same ever since.
Huh. The more you know. Rosaline was always so self-centered. I never understood why she started paying so much attention to Odette. Is that such a surprise?
Odette's past is no secret. On the surface, it looks like she followed after her father passed away on a mission. Odette was only interested in ballet at the time. But this per Capitano's policy, family members of Fatui who died in the line of duty had to be appropriately accommodated and provided with adequate assistance. So, regardless of how Rosaline may have felt about it, it fell to her to resolve the issue of Odette's family's livelihood. In the end, the solution they agreed upon was to have Odette join the Fatui.
Right, because the alternative would have been a one-off compensation payment, I guess. In that sense, joining up was definitely the better option. Still, she must have had mixed feelings about it, right? If she doesn't even like the Fatui...
It's just a theory. A possibility. But as a motive for Odette to become Lelik, it holds up. That said, I have no idea where Odette's head is at right now, or what her conflict with Rosaline was about. Plenty of people were on bad terms with Rosaline. I have no intention of trying to figure it all out. Yes, but there's not much point in discussing that now.
Yeah, back to Lelik. Since our investigations so far have turned up, funnily enough, which means you can go in my place.
Spirit Seeker. Quite the... But Odette's been practicing it diligently, and it's finally ready for a return to the stage. Excitement is through the roof. Tickets for the...
Tonya's excited for it too. She's desperate to see it no matter...
I've actually seen it several... It's a tale, but when that classic... Not an easy dance to...
In that case, I think that even if she is Lelik, I'll let you take it from here.
is to head back to the theater? Either way. Maybe this... Why leave a letter when she could... so... If it is her, yeah! Well, no change... Oh.
Yeah, I... If Odette is Lelik, she... on Project Stuja, her father... It's hard to imagine she could have gotten this far without... When she spoke to us as...
Hey, look! It's snowing! Could be a tough day ahead. Make sure you wrap up warm tomorrow.
Yeah.